That is weird.
Yeah, but I like it because I'm really into weird stuff. uh, I don't know where we're going anymore, so
Looks like they're guarding eggs.
I think those are like,
Whoop.
well, it went flying off to the side, and nobody knows. Oh well. It apparently had physics, so thumbs up for that at least. Um. So yeah, what were we going on about last time?
Games,
Things,
man.
things and
Yes,
stuff.
things.
JRPGs. Oops.
Well, yeah, that and RPGs in general.
um. Speaking of JRPGs, and one that I have just that I always bring up actually. How about that Final Fantasy IX?
Your favorite in the world.
I'm so good at segues, aren't I?
Oh, they're amazing.
Well, no, it like let's be fair. This time it's your fault that I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, that is kind of true.
Why don't you explain to the lovely listeners
Why it's
why
my
that
fault.
is? Yeah.
Because OC Remix, I guess within the last week or so, 2 weeks, something like that, they released a remix of Final Fantasy IX
Yes, OC
music.
Remix for people who don't know is a large collection of like artists who do remixes primarily of video game soundtracks, right?
Yeah,
Is it exclusively video game soundtracks or do they do some other stuff as well?
I don't know. I want to say just exclusively video games, but I could be wrong.
That's what they're known for at the
Yeah.
very least. And they have a lot of very very interesting stuff on there.
Some of it's very, very good.
Yeah.
And at the same time, some of it is garbage.
I mean, naturally, when you because it's all like community made stuff.
Yeah.
So when
And
you're
technically, you can get the music for free, but they do encourage you to, like, drop a couple bucks or whatever.
yeah,
Which I
yeah,
normally do every time I get their music. I always drop, like, $10. Because you're getting a ridiculous amount of music for practically nothing. Like,
I
Final Fantasy VI's Balance in Ruins. I think that's the name of it. You get 4 hours of music.
I mean,
It's an absurd amount of music, and I'm like, well, I could be a dick and just download it for free, or I could throw in like $5 or whatever.
well, when they offer it for free, it's like there isn't really any sort of moral dilemma that you should be asking yourself. But at the same time, there is always that feeling of, well, these people spend a lot of time working on this stuff, and it feels better to know that they're actually kind of getting compensation for it.
Oh yeah, I know most
I
of them do it just for the pleasure and like
Yeah,
whatever because they love the game so much, and
and the music.
yeah, and so still, it's the principle of the matter. It's like I know some of them are totally fine for working for free, but at the same time, they should be compensated somewhat.
Yeah, and I mean, I haven't downloaded anything off of OC Remix.
You
Um,
should. It's amazing.
yeah, I should. And like at the same time, I would like I would feel bad about not being able to drop any money for them because I am a poor bastard.
Right. But you're not obligated to pay for anything.
No, and that's the kind of that's why it's like a moral question in the first place. It's like you don't like you don't have to, but you really kind of should. It's
Well,
like
no one's gonna force you. I mean, the only
no,
person that bought it or not is you. So,
well, it's like the idea of supporting like video content creators on Patreon, because there are a lot of people out there in the world who don't view YouTube videos as being like legitimate work or anything.
Right.
And I can say firsthand, as someone who's just been doing like stupid, lazy Let's Plays, it's actually a lot of work.
Right.
Like, it's a lot of work. Not only getting decent enough recordings in the first place, but also like doing editing takes a long time.
Yeah, man.
Like you know, because you do audio editing, right?
Yeah.
And how long would you say like what's the average sort of work that you do as that?
It depends on what it is. If it's
Sure.
like when I used to edit podcasts, they would be at least an hour and a half long.
Right.
I would say for every 10 minutes, it would be 30.
Yeah. And
That's assuming everything goes according to plan.
that's also like that's giving you more credit. Like it's you doing more work than I do on these, because I actually don't do anything to the audio on most
I
of
know,
these
because I can
recordings.
hear me typing when I hear them back. I'm like, cut that shit out, man.
I do
You
cut most
lazy
of it out.
bastard. I know.
I only leave in ones that are really close to you while you're talking.
Gotcha. No, I understand.
Because I don't want to bother trying to do like noise reduction on keyboard tapping, like whatever. I don't care.
I do.
Well, you're not the one doing the audio editing. And that's probably for the best, because I don't know if you would have the time to do the audio editing on
no.
these.
I really would. I really don't.
But it's like even disregarding the rendering time that it takes, which is the bulk of it for most videos, going through an average video to edit still takes more than the length of the video itself, because first you have to sync up all the audio, which is annoying in itself. Like people wouldn't even believe. Mayor Quincy Sharp.
Oh.
Well, not poor Sharp, really. We don't
No,
like him.
he's kind of an asshole. So.
You gotta sync up all the audio, and then you gotta listen to the audio. And I basically watch the videos before they are finished, because I have to go through every little second of the entire video to find little bits that I need to cut out, find little things that need to be resynced, find all of the silly little stupid things that I need to maybe obscure in the audio.
Right.
Say somebody says something really bad. Now, I'm not saying that I've had to cut anything out of videos before, but if I did, it would take a while to find that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I remember, you remember the podcast I used to edit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when a certain someone used to be a part of the forums who was banned,
I wonder why
regarding
they're banned.
a certain someone else, I literally had to go in and find a royalty-free sound effect just to
Oh.
bleep that out.
Oh. Oh boy.
And then someone else said the F word, and I'm not
Oh.
talking the word fuck.
No.
No, I'm talking the other one. And it was hilarious. I had to do it twice. So I found, the racetrack trumpet noise?
Oh man, I've heard it before. I don't recall what it is, but I would know it if I heard
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so I cut that in half and threw it the first time it was said, and then threw the second half of that to the
Nice.
second time it was said. And
Nice.
I messaged both of them like, really, guys? Really?
That's yeah. I I actually I masked some audio that people will by the time this goes live, people will have seen it. I masked some audio in a certain earlier video of Batman Arkham City. Uh, and I was thinking, like, I was considering using some sort of royalty-free sound effect for it or whatever, but while I was going through the video, I was like, I'm feeling too lazy to go Google searching for some silly sound effect. I'm just going to use the built-in pitch shifter and make everything sound like we are actually just like characters from Jazz Punk. Oops. There we go. Almost died. Have you played Jazz Punk?
No, but I heard it's very good.
It is a weird game. I will say that much. Have you played like have you played like the Stanley Parable?
I've seen playthroughs.
Oh, that's one you should play for yourself as well.
Well, I've seen like the Grumps play it.
Did they play the Stanley Parable?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was like the special version just for...
Oh yeah, yeah, they did the demo of it. Oops.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they did the demo, and that's right. They had the narrator do like special dialogue for them.
Yeah.
The demo is not like there's a reason that they like the demo was kind of separate from the actual game because it's not any content that's actually in the game proper. And it's very worth playing Stanley Parable to see what it has in store because it's a very unique and very interesting game.
Yeah, that's one of like a million games that's on my backlog right now that I need to play.
It's really short.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if that helps, but you can beat like the entire thing in like probably 3-4 hours.
That's not bad.
And I mean like the entire thing because it has multiple endings. Like if you want to get all the achievements, you got to do a little bit more because some of them are incredibly obscure. But that's if you're an achievement hunter and whatever.
If that's your bag.
Yeah, but Jazz Punk is a lot like Stanley Parable, but in sort of a all right. I don't know how well this will actually get across how strange the game is, but the only way I can kind of describe it is it's like Stanley Parable by way of Goat Simulator.
Okay.
Which will make no sense, I'm sure, but it's why is there we go. It was the sign rather than the like big dummy. But yeah, it's like cuz the weird kind of wacky randomness of Goat Simulator.
Yeah.
And like if you take that and you mix it with the absurd kind of surrealist meta commentary of Stanley Parable, like that's what you get with Jazz Punk. And of course Jim Sterling voices 2 characters in it, so
right.
That's another reason to get it.
But yeah, like I already have like I was bored one day and I didn't feel like, going through YouTube and finding stuff to watch. So I was like, I'll just write out all the games that I either need to finish or start in my backlog.
Oh god.
And there was like 20 games and I was super depressed. It's like, what is wrong with me?
You don't even. All right.
No, and I'm just talking like hardware games. I'm not talking Steam. I
Yeah.
don't even want to get into that. But like
My.
some of the games, well, I will admit some of them, the games that I got were like on a the PlayStation Plus sale.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, this game is for free if you're a PS Plus member. Oh, I'll download that. That looks like fun. And then I don't play it, but I just got it for free because that's whatever.
That's how Steam gets you.
Yeah, I know, and it's horrible, but
It's like, oh, there we go.
so, but like it's and like the topic of our discussion at the first video, Final Fantasy IX. I got that on sale
Oh, you should play it.
on the Vita.
You should play it.
Because I've been slowly but surely getting some games on the Vita.
Yeah,
That were
I
Final
love it
Fantasy.
on. I love it
or
on Vita. It's so good.
And I think I got it for $5
Yeah,
because there was like this JRPG sale,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I got Final Fantasy 9 and 5 for cheap. I think for 5 I got it for like $3.
Interesting.
It was like dirt cheap. So,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's when I got I can't remember the other name of the game now that I got for free, or got for like basically next to nothing. Yeah, there was a couple of them that I got for next to nothing.
Real quick, this is the one time in the game that you have to use the selective explosive gel, I believe. All right, that's out of the way.
But I've been kind of going back and replaying Catherine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I want to get a different ending, because there's like,
There are a couple different ones, right?
there's more than a couple.
I've never actually played that either, so.
There's like 5? At least 5 different endings that you can get. And it's all mainly on what level you are in the meter
Yeah.
of where you fall with Catherine with a K. Or Catherine with a C.
Because there are two different Catherines in
They
that
are
game,
two
by the
different
way.
Catherines, yes. The Catherine with a K is your legit girlfriend who you kind of want to marry. And then Catherine with a C is someone of which I'm not going to spoil it. Who is voiced by Laura Bailey.
Natch.
Naturally.
Yeah.
And Troy Baker voices Vincent.
Of course he does.
Which is why I think it's funny, because Laura Bailey plays Sarah, and Troy Baker plays Snow
Yeah.
in Final Fantasy 13. It's kind of funny.
Fantasy.
It's kind of funny. If, like, I just got done playing 13, and then I went to play Catherine, and it was kind of hilarious.
It's like, oh, these same characters are in this
Well,
game
that
as well.
and just, like, the love dynamic. It was really funny. To, hey, I'm totally into you, and you're into me, to, why are you in my bed? What happened last night?
Yeah.
That part struck me as funny.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
But so I'm trying not to get the right version. I'm trying to get in like the in between dead center and like the far right, but it's really hard because some of the questions are like, some of them are like black and white in terms of like which character you should go for, and then some of them is like, what do you prefer, boxers or briefs? And it's like, I don't, what? Briefs all day, yo.
Yeah.
I like, or boxers, whatever. And it's like towards one character all the time. It's like, wait, what? No, I didn't want to go to the far right. What are you doing? How does that go towards one character? What are you talking about, game?
Yeah, that's the fun thing about obscure dating games, and we can not talk about those next time.